through the misty fells, where the lake winds cry, with a map in hand and a twinkle in his eye. The hills echo steps of a wandering soul. A silver fox grins as he reaches his goal.
Welcome back to the Lake District, and welcome back to Mr. Hostel. There he is.
Already been recognised this morning?
Already been recognised this morning. That's my goal, that is. Anyway, we're here to do about 9-ish, 10-mile round, taking in 2 new Birketts and 2 new Synges. And the 2 Birketts are England's 4th and 5th highest mountains of Broad Crag and Gill Crag. Amazingly, Wainwright didn't choose them, so we'll see today why. But yeah, so we parked, as you can see, in Seathwaite, and we're just walking up the good path here, following the River Derwent, heading for Cockley Bridge. Above us to our left is the Gill route up to Glaramara, and then to our right we've got Base Brown, and to our right, just in front of us there, we've got Sca Fell, and we're heading up into that valley. So around about a mile after leaving the car, we're arriving at the very, very famous Cockley Bridge, where we're going to go over the bridge, and then when the path splits, and we're going to go immediately left, and we're heading up Gill. It's a steady incline really for this first part, nothing too drastic. But yeah, our route's going to take us up to, we're heading towards Escores, where I'll tell you more about what we're actually doing and where we're going from there. But let's just take in the views of the wonderful Cockley Bridge and its views up the valley towards Glaramara and Allen Crags, and then back down. Oh, we've got a bit of a wispy inversion down there. So yeah, we're going through that gate and then we're turning immediately left. Okay, so still bimbling along this really, really good path, heading up alongside Gill down there, looking up there to Allen Crags, the cloud just skirting the top. But there, just to our right in the sunshine, we can start to see the flanks of Great End. So our route today, as I say, with the 2 Birketts of Gill Crag and Broad Crag, and And we're also picking up 2 Synges of Middleboot knots and great Howe. There as we drop down towards Gill and back onto the Sca Fell Pikes corridor route. So we're doing it a little different today. Most people go up Hill Crag and Broad Crag via the main routes up to Sca Fell. We just thought we'll have a little bit of a scramble, make it a bit more fun. You'll see later on in the video how easy or difficult or how much fun it actually is. But first we just keep going to this path until we reach a bridge that crosses Gill, and then we pick up Ruddy Gill. So crossing the little footbridge that you've just seen, we're now picked up Ruddy Gill to our right hand side. Still on the same path, it just keeps gradually ascending. We're hoping of inversions and it's very promising. You can see cloud there, but peaking above it just about make the top of Great End there. So we're keeping everything crossed for a right good inversion when we get high up. So still plodding away. We've got great views ahead now of Great End, and up to our right, see the ridge on Sca Fell, looking down the valley back towards Keswick, and a fantastic inversion underneath Skidder. Look at that, Skidder and Skidder little man, and then the blanket of cloud below it. Anybody up there this morning has got stunning views. So that's us, we're just cracking on, just slowly but surely making progress. We're not wishing to burn ourselves out too early because we know that we've got tougher parts of this walk to come. So we're just taking it easy. And why not when the weather's like this? So here we are. The terrain around us is starting to get really, really spectacular now as we heading towards the top of Ruddy Gill. Great End now is completely free of cloud. In fact, most of the fells are. These are marked on the map as sprinkling crags underneath Sca Fell. And then just over there in this straight line as we're looking now is Sprinkling Tarn, hence why I presume they're called sprinkling crags. So there we go guys, there's Great End and the ravine of heading towards the top of Ruddy Gill, and then over there to Allen Crags and back towards Glaramara now in the clouds. But anyway, we're cracking on up here, and it's really warm. Even though we're in the shade, it's really warm because we're out of the wind now. I have a feeling when we get into that sunshine, it's going to be really warm. So as we get to the top of Ruddy Gill, we just met a camper who was camping just underneath Bow Fell last night, and he says there's still inversion conditions up there. So whilst it's not exactly where we're going, it's in the same area. He says once you get through the cloud in Escores, it all opens up again. So fingers crossed it stays like that until we get there. Because Mr. Hostel's reliably informed me he's never seen an inversion, so fingers crossed for him he gets lucky today. So we can see the cloud that chap was talking about. Apparently once we get through that and get above it, it starts to open up. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So there we are, officially the top of Ruddy Gill, and down there, and we path chucks a left now towards Escores in the cloud. So there we go, that's us heading into the clouds again. Hopefully not for too much longer though. We're back out, looking down on them, all being well. Well, for the first time ever, I thought I was going to have to press the SOS button on the old Garmin InReach. We had an emergency. Thankfully, we've resolved it now. The mountain man snapped a shoelace.
All my experience of knots, I know one.
Anyway, panic over. We're cracking on. So guys, here we are at one of the busiest junctions in the Lake District, Escores. So from here, that takes you up towards Great End and Sca Fell Pike. That way, Esk Pike Bow Fell. That way towards Angleton and Langdales. But our plan now is to drop, well, have a break first for 10 minutes, and then we drop down into the Great Moss for a bit before hanging a right and picking up the Cockley Pike Ridge and up to Broad Crag. Doesn't look like we're going to get much of a view until we get to Broad Crag, I would have thought, but you never know. But we'll certainly get one when we drop down into the Great Moss, which will be impressive to say the least. So from Escores, we've headed south over a bit of grassy terrain to pick up this path that takes us down into the Great Moss. Not far away now from our start of our ascent up onto the Cockley Pike Ridge, which is up there in the cloud. So yeah, unfortunately I don't think we're going to get much of a view now until we get up to the top of Broad Crag, which could make navigation a bit more tricky going up the ridge, but I'm sure we can manage between us. Sure, between us, Dave, we'll make it.
Easy, wonder.
So deep in the bowels of this gill now. Can't imagine it's a path walked very often, but it's very, very dramatic. Very dramatic. If you look down there, that's where we're going. It's just tough going because the rocks are very slippy. So you just got to be careful where you're putting your feet, but it's good fun. Can't imagine it's a path I'll walk maybe never again, so that's why it's always fun to find new routes. So we're just making our way. I'd say we've got about a quarter of a mile down there before we turn right and head up there somewhere. Look at this, guys, it's like another world down here. Absolutely like another world. Unbelievable. I'm not even sure where the path goes from here, guys. We have to work our way through the river. I'm glad I've got my waterproof socks on. Here he comes up. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting this.
1.3 miles away.
I think it crosses there, Dave, down the other side. So that's us out of the narrow ravine now. Sca Pike will be up there. So yeah, we're out of the narrow ravine and things are starting to open up. Now ideally, if the cloud wasn't as low as it is, we'd have a great view in the start down into the Great Moss. Unfortunately, if we're wanting this inversion, unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with low cloud at the start. But we're not too far from the point now where we turn right and start heading back up. We're currently at 600, around the 650 metre mark. So we're needing to get up to round about the 930 odd metre mark. So it's not too much of a climb, but it's enough to get the lungs pumping. This cloud's starting to lift now, look. So here we go. We've dropped out of the cloud now and we can see down into the Great Moss. Brilliant to see it from this angle. Never seen it from this angle. I've always approached it from the south. So really, really good to see it here. So here's the Cockley Pike Ridge, which is where we're heading up back into the cloud. But absolutely stunning, brilliantly fun path. Just you've got to be confident on your feet and just take your time. But that is a great path, But now the hard work starts, heading up that ridge. So looking up the ravine of Calf Cove Gill, and then we're heading down off this little ridge, and then we're chucking a right and then heading up there. The cloud is lifting, which is a good sign. So it's down at about 500 metres and we're just about to start up the ridge. We're heading for that crag there. We can't see any official start point of the ridge, so we're just going to head for that crag there and then just start making our way up. It's a big ascent, over 400 metres or around the 400 metre mark, but look at that view down into the Great Moss. That's Pen up there in the clouds and Highgate Crags that we did a few walks ago. So there's no visible path on the ground. Well, we didn't think there would be, to be fair. So we've come to that big crag that I pointed out before, and we're just going to head to the right of this and then start following that ridge line up there. I'll bring you back at various points along the way, show you some views. So the route we've plotted on the map, because there isn't no paths up here, you've just got to be sensible and go up using the wider contours. So that's Cockley Pike. So we're heading up to the col between there and Yorkshire Gate Crags, which is the ones to the left. So we're just making a beeline for that gap there. There's Cockley Pike straight ahead of us. And there's that rake I was telling you about a little bit earlier. And that was only 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. So we're making good headway. We've climbed over 100 metres already since we first turned onto the ridge. So yeah, we're making good progress. So once you get into the rake, it comes like a boulder field. But if you keep to the right, you can use the boulders to push off, and there's rocks on the side here that you can pull yourself up with, so it makes it much easier. So stick to the right of the chute and you'll get up much quicker. So that's us in the col between Cockley Pike and Yorkshire Rake Crags, which are up there. We've consulted the map and we think the best route is up that cross here and then up that rake there, and that kind of zigzagging up there. Hill Crag is just not far beyond that ridge that you can see there on the camera, so we're not too far away. It's just taking it steady, but we think that this looks like a decent route and the contours on the map aren't as steep. It's a hell of an area though, hell of an area. What you say there, Dave? A hole?
This is why you don't carry things on this fell. Button your pockets up, because there's a hole there that goes to the centre of the mountain. And I nearly lost my GoPro on one recently. So, yeah, make sure your phone,
everything's
buttoned up. Not getting them back. You have to move this slab.
Get the jackhammer up. Right, come on, let's get cracking. Up there. There you go, guys. There's that hole Dave was telling you about. You drop anything down there, you ain't getting it back. So we're scrambling out. We think we've found a route around them crags there and up. I would advise not to copy this route because we are kind of making it up as we go along, but we're playing it sensible and making sure that we don't do anything where if we go wrong we can't come back down. But yeah, there's no pass up here, so it's not recognised route really. So I'd stick to, if you're going Hill Crag and Broad Crag, I'd stick to, if you want to get there without any dramas, I'd stick to the normal Sca Fell Pike route and bag them from there. But we're having great fun. We're having great fun. So yeah. So we're not too far away as the crow flies from Hill Crag. We just need to plot our way through these crags. Okay, so that's us plotting our way through the boulder fields. It's good fun. It's not difficult at all. If you're used to a bit of scrambling, there's nothing technical about it. You just got to use your common sense and plot the best and easiest route for yourself. So we've not got too far to go now. Hill Crag's
You've been
just
saying that for about an hour now. Not too far to go.
That's because he keeps stopping.
600 feet still to go. Half a mountain.
So we've got to this little plateaued area now, just underneath the summit, which is up there. We just decided that we think it might be worth heading out to the right and just following the ridge line up. It's a little less steep than going in a straight line. As I said before, there's no path, so you just make your own way, whichever looks and feels the safest to you. And we think we're going to head a bit further right and then head along that ridge line. Things are looking promising. We have a bit of sunshine up there. We've got about 150 feet, 50 odd metres of ascent to go. And it's definitely looking much brighter than it was. Obviously it's still murky down there. When you get into this boulder field, just be mindful. It does, once you get higher up now, it does become a bit loose underfoot, so just be wary of anybody behind you. But yeah, fingers crossed. But what an absolutely brilliant, great bit of fun. Just saying to Dave, it's more like Munro bagging this. We've been going 4 hours and we haven't reached the summit yet. Mad, but we know full well from Hill Crag, Broad Crag, it's all downhill from there back to the car. So yeah, so let's get up there and hope the cloud just drops ever so slightly. So we're at a point now, we've just got this little gully here that we think, and if we think that something's just at the top really, but it's certainly you keep going, just saying to Dave, you don't come to any sort of grass ridge and then it's a nice 100-yard jaunt to the summit. You've got to earn every step of the way to this summit, from this way anyway. So let's get up there and see where the summit is. So that's Dave just at the top there, and he says summit is right there. So that's good news. So direct route. Oh. Ooh, I might have to put you away here, guys. That's slippy. I need to get my foot up there. Okay, so we've left that gully and we're arriving on the Birkett summit of Hill Crag, 931 metres approximately. Boom. We haven't quite got the inversion, but it's not far off, annoyingly. Well done, pal. Oh, that was some scramble, that, wasn't it? Enjoyed that. Okay, that's us off the Birkett summit of Hill Crag, and now going up to the actual highest point of the fell. Just up here, this is 935, that one's 931. But the sun is getting ever stronger, and it was so close to that cloud dropping, just so close. Now we might get a chance because Broad Crag is pretty much the same height as Hill Crag. So there's still a chance, but after that we start dropping down. But it's another world up here. Look at that. Right, let's get up there and bag the true summit. So this is the higher top on Hill Crag, 935 metres. Don't think it's classified, is it, Dave? Some reason, strange reason. There we go. We'll bag it anyway. No fist bumps or handshakes on this one, or high fives. Don't deserve it. If it's not a classified hill, it doesn't deserve it. But we're so close to that inversion. Yeah, it's hey up. We got a fog bow. We've got a fog bow, guys. Look, you see better on the camera. Oh wow. Fog bow. Take that off. Yeah, it shows up really well on camera. I hope you've seen this. So as we take a walk just back up to the summit of, so you can see me, to Hill Crag. This is actually England's 5th highest mountain. Sometimes it's hard to understand Wainwright's decisions and what he puts in his book, because I don't know whether it's because he deems it too close to Sca Fell and Sca Fell Pike, or does he consider they're just crags on the Sca Fell range? I don't know, but it's a huge mountain at 935 metres. Well, it just seems strange that he wouldn't have included it, but there you go, he had his decisions. Okay, that's us off the summit of Hill Crag. Picking up the path between the rocks for the short sprint over to Broad Crag. Pretty much the same height, and I don't think we particularly lose much height, do we, Dave? No. So it's practically just a straightforward walk over. So I'll bring you back when we're over on Broad Crag. Okay, so that's us on the rock path now. We're following these distinct line of cairns up to the top. Like this is obviously a popular route because this is one of the main routes up to Sca Fell Pike. But we're not seeing many people today with it being a Monday. That sun's just still teasing us, or the cloud should I say. It's just not dropping enough for us to have an inversion. It's very frustrating.
You dropped something on this one.
So
You've pretty much lost
this
it.
is what it looks like on the summit to Broad Crag. Very rocky. Just gotta be careful where you're putting your feet because there's some knee breaking stuff up here. Anyway, you can see what it's like. I'll bring you back at the top before I break my knee. Here we are, guys, the summit of Broad Crag, the Birkett summit, 935 metres. Well done, Dave. Look at this, guys. We have an inversion. England's highest summit over there, Sca Fell Pike, 978 metres, I think. Busy, and we've got it all to ourselves. We're going to pan round, nothing. And then we have over there, just peeking above the clouds, Skidder little man, and that's really all we can see. Well, there's Hill Crag where we've just come from. Absolutely fantastic. It just literally looks like the sea. Unbelievable. Absolutely stunning. Anyway, I'm going to take some pictures now before it all disappears. We've just been on Peak Finder. That there is Skidder little man, definitely. And then we pan over here, and that there is Helvellyn. Obviously, I've said there that's where we could come from, Hill Crag. Obviously, Sca Fell Pike. And then the only other one we can see over there, we've identified possibly as Sca Fell. Pillar is in that big bank of cloud there. But this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So you have to be above, I'd say above 930 metres. Anything else, if you're in any of the Lake District towns and villages, you're thinking, oh, bloody rubbish day. Get yourself up high, people.
900 in the distance there.
So we've now got Great Gable, popped its head out of the clouds. And then over here you've got Great End, which is about 910 metres, I think. So what's that beyond there? Something else has just appeared now. There's mountains appearing all the time. That will be Sca Pike, yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. So we've now got Pillar coming to view. Guys, there we go. That's us drops off the summit of Broad Crag up there. We're now heading down to pick up the corridor route path for Sca Fell, and we're heading right and going to pick up a couple of Synges of Middleboot knots and round Howe. But what an absolutely fantastic day it's turned out to be. Absolutely amazing. Let's look at the inversions, 360. And there you can see back up to Sca Fell Pike, which is rammed, and why wouldn't it be on a day like today? So we're just saying there, we hope everything's not going to be an anticlimax from here on in, because as you can see we're going to be shortly dropping back down into the clouds, but we're hoping it's just like a layer of cloud and we get below it and we get great views again. Fingers crossed. Look at that, how dramatic does that look? I'm having a picture of that. If it's any good, it'll be on the screen next. So that's us made it down to the col where we're going to hang a right, but we've got a couple more fells appeared. Long top on Cockly Crags over there, and then down here we've got Ling Mel just peeping through the clouds. Yeah, so we're to this cairn and then we're chucking a right. Guys, this path is horrible coming down here. Really, really horrible. It's just loose stone. I wouldn't even say it's scree, it's just stone, but it just moves under your feet. It was easier coming up that bloody ridge and through them boulder fields than coming down here. It's awful. Anyway, we're nearly there now, we're nearly at the bottom. Then our path heads off that way, I think. But we'll check the map once we get down off this. All we do want to do now is get down off this horrendous path. So this is us at a point where the path splits. So we're just going to branch off right now, heading for our third hill of the day, Middleboot knots. And hopefully these next two are slightly less taxing and a little more straightforward. So that's us down from that horrible path, and we're now on the corridor route up to people do to Sca Fell Pike. But we're not. We'll be branching off just round about the top of Gill, and we'll be chucking a right there and heading towards Middleboot knots. Unfortunately now we're obviously, as we thought, we were back down in the cloud, but who cares? We got that mega inversion. Absolutely mega inversion. So yeah, we're not going to bother. You're not going to see anything down Gill. So when you get to this little tarn here, just chuck a right and it's pathless basically and heading in a straight line to Middleboot knots. It's a Synge. I can't imagine anybody coming here. Nobody comes here and branches off to pick up Middleboot knots. Everyone carries on and obviously heads up there for Sca Fell Pike. I'll bring you back at Middleboot knots. Right, here we are, third hill of the day. The Synge of Middleboot. Nobody ever comes here knots. 703 metres, boom.
Where are you, Dave? Where are you?
And normally we'd be able to see down to Gill and back up to Sca Fell, and well, we can't see anything, but we can't say we haven't been treated today, so we're not going to complain.
No.
So that's us off Middleboot knots now. Back onto the corridor route for a few yards, and then we're going to hit a right and just out and back to round Howe, and then back on the corridor route and heading for home. Well, I've been proven wrong. There is a trod to round Howe. I can't believe it. I thought it'd be just another pathless yomp. Yeah, we picked up this path and it's going in the right direction. So we've identified round Howe as that lump up there. it's so difficult with no paths and in the clag, and this is why you need GPS and maps to know where you are and where you're going. So yeah, it actually looked worse from down there. Doesn't look too bad. Now we're here, I think we'll be up there in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Right, final and fourth hill of the day, Synge of Round Howe, 741 metres. Boom. Well done, Dave.
Yeah.
And the sun's come out to greet us.
Yeah.
No views.
You can feel the views though, can't you?
Yeah.
Can feel it's a good view.
Exactly. Come to the Synges, guys, you won't be disappointed. Seems to have another fog bow. I don't know whether you can make that out on the camera. Still no broken spectre though, I don't know why. Maybe there's not enough moisture in the air. Okay, so that's us leaving Round Howe, heading back down onto the corridor route. Go past Sca Fell and back into Seathwaite. Right, that's us back on the corridor route after a very unconventional route off Round Howe, but it's a path all the way back now. So hopefully I'll bring you back at Sca Fell when we've got something to see, because we're back in the cloud, or we're still in the cloud should I say, and I've got to be careful where I'm sticking my feet on these slippy rocks. So catch you at Sca Fell. So that's us still plodding along on this corridor route path, which is a bit gnarly at places. It's just hard work. Just want to get back to the car now. It's one of those where you've done everything for the day and just need to get back. But there, we've got some views now. We've dropped down a bit low enough to see views, and that's down Wasdale Valley. Bit of sunshine on the side of the hill there. But yeah, this path just seems to go on forever and ever and ever. Okay, so we're off the corridor route now, onto the main path down to Sca Fell, and we've got views up, well we did have, up to Great Slack up there on Sca Fell. Well, our route's taking us down that valley there. Okay, so that's us arrived at the Sty Head stretcher box. So I think I'm going to wrap up the video here. We're now just on the Sca Fell path back to the car, overlooking Sca Fell. So 4 fells today, 2 Birketts, 2 Synges, and a new ridge, Cockley Pike Ridge. What do you reckon, Dave? Good, wasn't it?
10 out of 10.
It's brilliant.
Even with the clag.
Absolutely fantastic. And we got an inversion. It's really good. We're out of the clouds now, so we should be out of the clouds all the way back to the car. So if you've got this far, fair play to you. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you out on the fells next time. All the best, guys. Take care.